Hey, Tim Bratz here. I am one of the partners and co-founders of Smart Management, an artificial intelligence and intelligent automation software specifically for the commercial real estate industry that helps with project management, property management, and asset management of your assets. And the idea is to create efficiencies and effectiveness across your properties that all the current management softwares do not do. I'll give you a short story of what was the impetus of why we came up with the software. Well, I own thousands and thousands of doors, apartments, self-storage facilities, office, retail, short-term rentals. And when we were on an asset management call for a 200-unit apartment complex that we owned in the Midwest, we were hopping on a call on a weekly basis with both the site-level management, the third-party property manager on a regional level, our asset management team, and even a couple of our major general partners and limited partner investors were on that call. And as we were talking through it, we had probably 4, 5, 6 different applications open. And we're clicking from this application into that one. Whenever there's a question, we had to drag information and compile it from this app and the project management, the asset management, and the property management, and some Excel spreadsheet that we had open somewhere else just on somebody's own desktop, and then looking on the whiteboard that only one team had access to, and they had brought that data in, and it wasn't all in one place. There's not a software out there that exists that brings it all in-house under one umbrella. And so we're thinking, when I onboard a property and I just get under contract and I want to put all the information in that one site and do all the due diligence, physical due diligence and financial due diligence, I want it all in one location. And as we move through the process of securing financing and raising capital and eventually closing on the property, and then not having to move all that information into another application, because now we finally closed on it and moving into the property management side and the project management side of things. And then once the property stabilized and we've gotten through that whole process, have an asset management software and managing the capital from our investors that we've raised money and giving them transparency in how the property is doing and what everything looks like. Why doesn't it all fall under one roof? And it does not right now. Not only that, but for all other softwares, it's bad data in, bad data out. And what we've realized is there's so many gaps and things can fall through the cracks. As good as the software might be somewhere, it's reliant upon human intelligence in order to not screw it up, not mess it up, not put bad data in. And what we've done with Smart Management is essentially fill in all the gaps and throw up red flags whenever there's something obvious that's happened. When one task gets checked off and it moves over to the next person, and it creates that workflow for them. So that way they don't have to go tap the next person on the shoulder, it automatically moves over. They're notified of what happens. They can go and verify that the work was done and validate that the work was done before the next step proceeds. And so Smart Management utilizes this intelligent automation and artificial intelligence in order to reduce the amount of eyeballs that have to go into property management, project management, and asset management. And because we can reduce the amount of eyeballs and simplify things to almost a third grade level, one, you don't have to hire a high paying of a personnel in order to police this as maybe you would have had to with other management software. So you're able to save money on salaries right there. Anybody who can follow a simple task list can utilize the software and not let things fall through the cracks. But not only that, because everything is automated, you don't need as many staff members. So if we're able to save you a $60,000 a year property management salary, where you can operate your asset with one property manager instead of 2 property managers, and you're saving $60,000, that's $60,000 of savings that goes straight to the bottom line. Then, at a 6% cap rate, increases the value of my asset by $1 million. Interest rates are going up and increasing our cost of capital. Insurance rates are going up, increasing our expenses on the insurance side of things. Energy costs are going up. Labor costs are going up. Supply material costs are going up. Everything's going up. We need to figure out a way that we can increase income and decrease expenses. And a way that we can increase income and decrease expenses is by automating everything through the Smart Management software. So now we're able to reduce our management expenses because we can reduce our salaries and our overhead because it's all automated in a way that $60,000 a year salary that we can now eliminate goes straight to the bottom line. And $60,000 extra to the bottom line increases the value of that property at a 6% cap rate by $1 million. Now, that's just one property. Imagine if you own hundreds of properties. Imagine if you own dozens of properties. Imagine if you own a management company that manages thousands and thousands of doors, and how much more incentivized you're going to be and how much more value that you can bring to your owners because you're able to reduce some of their expenses when nobody else is thinking like an owner. Everybody else is just accepting these increases in expenses. I said, no, we need to figure out a way to reduce expenses. And this is a controllable that we can now bring in-house. It's not only better, right? It's more automated. It's going to save costs substantially and eliminate a lot of headaches, eliminate a lot of mishaps. And simple things like notifications of water bill was paid, the water bill increased, and it was 3 times as much money in August than it was in July. And all of a sudden, it triggers somebody to then question that. Why did it go up? Is there a leak somewhere? And it's detecting these things that usually you need a human interaction to go and find. Simple things like that now get triggered, and you can now investigate why certain things like that are happening. And that's just one small example. Here's another one on the project management side. Something as simple as you need to go and turn 50 units. Which units do you prioritize? Well, you're relying on humans to make that decision instead of a mathematical equation, which can easily be created in order to say, hey, these units that have the lowest turn cost and fastest timeline to be able to turn them and make them rent ready should be prioritized. And beyond that, the units that are the biggest units that can generate the most revenue on a recurring rental cycle should also be prioritized. And it's a simple algorithm that we've been able to put into our smart management software to take the thinking out of it for your staff and create these efficiencies and create this prioritization of tasks that allows them to operate your asset in the most efficient and effective way possible. And so this is why I'm super fired up about this management software and project management, property management, asset management software and smart management, because it's going to revolutionize an industry. It will be the standard for property management companies. It will be the standard for owners, requiring the management company to utilize this software because they know how much more efficient it is and how much money it's going to save them operationally and how it's going to catch adverse things before they ever even happen and have the ability to affect the performance of a property. It will be the standard. I realize how much value it brings in the project management, property management, and asset management world that we're going to be able to make this available to others. I truly believe it's going to be the standard. I truly believe that it will be the go-to software for everybody in the commercial real estate space in order to create efficiencies, effectiveness, and highest performance across assets, across the board. When all the other costs are going up, this is a way that you can substantially reduce costs, reduce turnover, reduce expenses, and increase the performance of your asset to give you the highest enterprise value across the board. So check out Smart Management Software. Click on the link below if you want to be added to our notifications for when this becomes available. We have a special customer partner program where early adopters of the software are going to be able to vest into equity just for using the software. And you're going to vest into equity of our smart management software company, so that way you can participate in the upside benefit of smart management as the company continues to grow, as the company continues to take on market share, and maybe there's some massive liquidity event where we get bought, we sell, we go public at some point in the future, that just for utilizing a software that makes your life easier and saves you money, you're able to then participate in a tech startup and ride that wave with us as well. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your interest in participating with us in smart management. I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited for the ride. I'm excited for you to be part of it.